Under the React folder, we will do the setup of project first. First project setup will do under the React folder. After doing the project setup, we will see how the React it is and what is inside and how it works. Okay. Person login Apsana, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Okay. You have knowledge on JavaScript?
Yes, sir. I have a knowledge on
Okay. Node.js available in your system?
I was working on that.
Node.js is installed in your system?
No, sir.
Install the
No, sir.
Node.js.
Not yet installed. I will install it. Yeah.
Install the
Okay.
Node.js.
Okay.
Install the Node.js. For other people, it is already installed the Node.js. Okay. Under this React folder, you can create a new text file. Under the React folder, create a new text file. Under the React folder, whichever the editor you have, using that editor, you can create a new text file. Give the file name called guide, React guide. In this file, we'll create the nodes according to need. Okay, React guide file is ready. Now under the React folder, we have to set up the React project. So to set up the React project, I will give you two commands. Both the command you have to run one by one. One command will set up the environment, and second command will set up a new project. So next, you can go under the React project and open the CMD. Go to the React project and open the CMD. React folder. Go to the React folder and open the CMD in that. How to open CMD? We can go to the React folder here, and under the React folder, we can click on the address bar, type CMD and enter. CMD and enter. Create anywhere, no problem. File name is called guide. What guide? React guide. is a text file. In that we'll create a notes. In that text file, we'll create a notes. CMD got open in the React folder. Now in that CMD, you have to run a command. If node is installed, then only that command will work. With that command. Okay. Now the first command what we have, it is going to set up the environment, and second command is going to set up a new project. The first command will set up an environment for React, and second command is going to set up a new project. So come to your CMD and run this first command. I will share in the chat also. Here in the chat also. Now you will go here and in the CMD, just type the first command. It is already installed in my computer, so it's just install. npm space install -g create -react-app. Node already you have installed, no? Yes, no need to install. If it is not there, you have to install it. Hope you run the first command. Going on or completed? If completed, run the second command also. Project 1 is the folder name. It will create a folder called project 1. Internet should be there. There must be sufficient internet, good speed. Run the second command, npx create -react-app space project 1. You can make a note also somewhere how to set up the environment of React. Number 1, Node.js should be installed in your system. Number 2, npm install -g create React app. If that is also done, then npx create React app space project name. So it will set up a new project completely. Ignore all the notice. Ignore all the notice. Installation going on. First command and second command. Second command will take 10 minutes time. Should not be in urgent. Wait for some time. Storing package is something like this. What they run. Change the internet equipment. Internet is slow. Happy hacking will come. You run the both command. You have written JavaScript. They are not installed. There is no work already. We are installing them. Okay. Close all and do that first. Close everything, open the CMD. See, if you sit here, you listen properly, okay? So how many time I told, create a folder, open the CMD in that, run these two command. Your Node.js is already installed. Why you are installing again? No, sir. Not installed. Where the Vamsi went? We have no knowledge on HTML, CSS. He has no knowledge on HTML, CSS. Our sister is working, no? He is not working. He is not able to create a text area, what he learned. Hope is going on. At last, it will show you happy hacking. If it's completed successfully, it will show you happy hacking. Happy hacking will come in the last if everything is well. Hope for others going on. Happy hacking will come in the last. That meaning is okay. It's completed. Happy hacking will come in the last. That meaning is ready. It's completed. You download and Node.js another version. Which one? Download and install the Node.js another version. Then it will work. Hmm. 16 is okay. These is some lower versions. Because of that, it's not allowed. Hello? Okay, it's कैसे हैं? हाँ हाँ बताइए. ठीक है सर. बोल रहा था कि Node.js का जो क्या हम लोग सेलेक्ट हुआ है. Okay, so mine is also completed. Hope for everyone is done. Completed or going on? Yes or no? Going on. So the people have replied yes, yes, yes. Is it going on or completed? Say completed or going on. Anyone will reply? Like either completed or going on. So accordingly we'll wait or we'll continue. One going
Completed, sir.
on.
Complete.
Anyone next? Done. One is going on. For Afsana is going on or completed?
Hi, sir. Yeah, it's completed.
Okay. Okay. Now let's come to that folder. You can see you will have a folder called project one, right? Folder name is project one. You can write here CD. I think I am already under the project one. So I was supposed to be here CMD. You can write here CD and then project one. CD project one, enter. It will point to the project one folder. CD CD project one. Project one became do their code space dot press enter key. Project one will get loaded in your Visual Studio. Code space project one. If you press, the project will get loaded under the VS Code. Code space code space dot project one. Okay, after that, you can see here there is huge codes. Can you see that? Lot of codes are there. You have a folder called node modules. If you can go to the folder and check there, node modules, how many files and folders are there? See, there is huge or not? A huge file and folder. Many, it's many hundred. See, many hundred files and folders. So this is called library. These all are called library. Okay, this library is going to support you to develop your project in React or Angular. Okay, in Angular also there will be node modules. In the React also there will be node modules. Okay, these libraries are required to develop a project in Angular or React. Next, after that, the project is set up here. Project is set up project one. How to see their output? How to run that? So you come to your CMD. In CMD, where you have written code space dot VS Code was open. Here only you write npm space start. npm space start. This command will compile all the JavaScript code that is downloaded in your system. Under the project folder, this command is going to compile all the JavaScript code that is available. Means you can say the base code what we have while doing the project setup, whichever has come, if you want to see the output of that, you have to compile that. And for that compilation process, in Angular and in React, we have to give the command called npm start. Through npm start command, your code will get compiled. And once it get compiled, after that, if you remember the JSON server, not JSON server, live server. Remember the live server? Live server was running through the local host. Similar way, this will also work through the local host only. But first save the file, not save the file, go to the CMD, write there npm start. This is for to compile the project. Enter npm start. It will show you the development server is starting. It will show you the development server is starting. What we have written? Generated deleting. No, internet was the problem. It's got disconnected in between. Input and the password is here. infocampus123 @has. Sometimes we have to install some certain commands. We have to run it. So for that, internet is required. At last, it will say compile successfully. Check now. Is it saying compile successfully? I have taken some code from the other files. Compile successfully.
Yes, sir.
Even it will open in the browser also by default.
Yes, sir.
My node is little older version, so I have used the existing project source code. I will modify this. It will come like your code only. One more minute. Let me bring it back to the 12 point. Index.css. This all are not needed. Not needed. Not needed. One more file was there, that is called index.css. So delete everything from there. Okay, so cool. It says compiled successfully, right? Something like this. Now compile successfully. See, it has given the two URL. You can see first URL localhost colon 3000. Another URL localhost colon something, right? So we are going to run the first URL localhost colon 3000. If I come to the browser, I can see localhost colon 3000. For me, it will give something else. H1 I have written. Your code will be little different. 3000 localhost colon 3000. Is it printing anything? So printing or not? Localhost 3000. My output is different because I have written H1. Yours will be default code. Yours will be default code. Right? Next, after that, Page open, but it is blank. Don't use the I. Are you using the I edge? Don't use the I edge. Use some other browser. Use some other browser, then it will come. If you are using the I edge, it will throw the blank screen. Use some other browser and then go here. Localhost colon 3000 port number. Try on that. Localhost colon 3000 port number. Saying welcome screen. React welcome page is loaded. That is the welcome screen here. React logo has come. So this command, what it does, when we have run npm start command, npm start command will compile your project, and in your project, if there will not be any kind of error, then what will happen? This code will come in the compilation will happen, and React will give you one particular URL, particular port number. On that port number, your project will get compiled and it will give you the output. That happen when we run npm start, compilation happen, and once the compilation happens successfully, then at last it says yes, project call compiled successfully. You can see your code available on this particular, you can see your output available on this particular port number. Come to your VS Code. Someone says like not working, so check once. Apart from the I edge, run in another browser. And check once. Okay, go next. Come to the file, go to the src folder. You have src folder. In src folder, not compiled for you. Huh? Are you using the IH? Say yes or no. If error comes, say. If say not coming, then answer. So silent meaning I have to repeat same thing 10 times. What is the problem to say yes, working, not working? Show me the system. I will guide you. Show me what is not working. How you open the page? That how can you copy? You can't type localhost colon 3000 in browser. Go in browser. Localhost and colon 3000. What is difficulty to type in that? Working? Okay. That's it. Okay. Anyone whose page is not loading? Welcome page. React welcome page should come. See, my output is different here. Yours should be different. It shows the React logo should appear here.
It's coming, sir.
Next, after that, Rahul, I told you to use the, it's coming, no, what you are expecting next. Come to the app.js file. In app.js file, you will see many things are written in your page. Delete everything. In app.js file, go and many things are written. Delete everything from there. In src folder, there is app.js. One file is there, app.js. In src folder, you have a file called app.js. go to that app.js file and delete everything and write this function. Write this function. Delete everything and write this function. Delete all and write this function. Installed. What's going on? No? Oh, let it go. Go to the src folder. You will have app.js file. In app.js file, delete everything and let's write a function like this. Write a function like this. Write a function like this. After that, after writing the function, where it will error? Same problem happen. Same problem. Write there npm. Go there, cmd. Connected only, but in strength will be less. npm. No, not that one. Something else. npm cache fetch cache space clean space minus force force enter. Hope we modified the code. Save the file, look into the browser. Save the file, modified. Now run that command. Create React, enter. Wait for a few minutes again. It should run. Okay, hope we modified. Check now in the browser. Same welcome React is coming. So that meaning where is the content? Content in which file? App.js file. So first we will not see the folder structure. Okay, folder structure we'll see after doing some R&D. Okay, folder structure we will understand where is the file, how it is loading. That we are going to see. But as of now, we have modified the app.js file and it's reflecting in the browser. Even you have not reload the page. See here, live server is running. Remember the live server we have used to run the JavaScript. Similar way, this is also one live server. Whenever you modify the page, okay, as soon as you press the Control S, your file will get recompiled. And after that, your browser will get loaded. Okay, you don't have to reload manually. Sometime we have to load, else every time it will get load automatically. Okay, next after this, what we are going to understand, the main part of the React JS is, you cannot say main, but it is the first point, that is called JSX, JavaScript and HTML and XML and everything we are going to mix together. That is going to call as a JSX. Okay, look at here. This is the file. Till now, if you remember all JavaScript, how we used to write a JavaScript function? Function name, curly bracket, open, close. Inside we used to do console.log or here there. Inner HTML and all we have done. Here also it's inner HTML only. But inner HTML is happening in different file. Okay. Inner HTML is happening in different file. Now what we will do is, before seeing below one line is written, export default app, even we'll not read that line as of now. First, we will understand the JSX. How we can write the HTML and JavaScript code together. That is the one point. Once we understand that point, then we will see how the page flow is happening, where to write the code and where to link. HTML file, when you used to create, directly create HTML file and run in the browser. Here, instead of HTML, the file will be .js. File extension will be .js. Under the JS, we can write HTML code also, and we can write JavaScript code also. Everything we can write. Okay, both can mix together. Both we can mix together. Now go here. Okay. In this file, welcome H1 you have written.
Yes, sir.
Right. Add some more line here. How are you? How are you? Save the file. And just save the file, look into the browser. You will find the page will get reload. Save the file, look into the browser, you will find the page will get reload. Not this have install. What it says? Please upgrade to handle upgrade list. What is that? Violation something. You have in your computer Python or something? Why all is required? Are you using the Python? So there is that even so this why Python you are updating now? Close that. What cell you have open, close that. This should do only those that we guide you. Where is the Node.js downloaded? After installing, what is that? Install. Open CMD somewhere. Please wait a minute. Open CMD. Right here. Node space -v. Enter. What is version? 16. Now I have given two commands. Have you run this command? No, I have given. Have you made a note or not? Run that first command. Run this side. What you wrote? npm install. Installer, where is it? It's an installer. You're writing installer. No, you can't go there. Okay, this way you can go. TALL npm install. After that, what is that? Add remaining. After that, enter. It is done. Okay. What is the internet you have? Does not support Node.js 16. npx. Do uninstall again. Right here instead of install, write uninstall. npm uninstall, wait for some time. Delete -df. npx. npm or npx? npm. Open Google. Search here, uninstall. Uninstall. Wait a minute. What was the first command? npm uninstall react wrap. Wait for some time after class already. People should not waste their time. Show me your problem. Is it happening or not? Huh? Okay, then wait after class we'll see. Just wait for me. Any video is getting recorded, you can follow. Okay, so come to this file. Which file? App.js. In app.js, we have written how are you? Check in the browser, it's coming or not? Reflecting directly as soon as we wrote it's happening here. Come again to the this file only. H1 you have written, it is working. After H1, write a p tag. P tag. Keep inside, this is from p tag. Hopefully it should give one error. Save the file, look into the browser. Is it giving any error? Error here only. Directly here itself is the error. Correct? Error appear. So why this error appear? Because we are writing the HTML code that is okay, but it is against of JSX rule. JSX rule. Okay. JSX have some rule regulation. So we have not followed the standard of JSX. After that, okay, after that it has given the error. Let me go to the browser. We can see here, if I go to the browser, compilation here becomes error, and in the browser also is throw the error. See, error happen. Nothing is printing now. It should show some error now. JSX fragment mismatch. JSX fragment mismatch, right? Compilation error here, because we are not following the rule of the JSX. Come down to the code again. See, everything will be same. When one tag was there, H1 was there, it was working, correct? When we added one more tag in the paragraph, error happened. Now come there. H1 and paragraph both keep inside a division. H1 and paragraph both keep inside a division. H1 and paragraph both keep inside a division. Both keep inside a division. H1 and paragraph both keep inside a division. Now it's working. Error is gone, and at same time you can see the output should reflect in the browser. H1 and paragraph both we keep in a division, then it's started working. This is not the problem of even ours, and it is not problem of even React, not problem of your code. It is the rule of the JSX, JavaScript and XML. JSX stands for JavaScript and XML. So XML have some rule regulation, and when you are writing the React.js code, it has to follow the JSX. You can see function is a JavaScript. Function open, function close is JavaScript. Inside return, what is written? Directly HTML code is written. Like this, we have not written in the JavaScript because JavaScript was the complete JavaScript, and this is the not only JavaScript. It is JavaScript and XML. Code is coming from the HTML. We can create our own tag also. That is also fine. We can create here our own tag and we can use it. That is called XHTML. Those we are going to follow. We have the 5 rules, 5 rule regulation we have while writing the JSX. Those all we will follow and then we'll write. So we'll go to the JavaScript and HTML. We have to mix together based on XML rule. XML have some rule regulation. Based on that, you have to mix the HTML and JavaScript. Then only the JSX will happen. Okay. So don't write. I will write the note of 5 notes. Okay. 5 rules I will write for the JSX. I will write the definition for single line definition for all the words. Come down. So remember, when only H1 was there, it was working. When you have added one paragraph, so become as a fail. Then what we added? We added a division. Now division become as a parent element and the H1 and paragraph become as a child element. Now go here instead of div, div replaced by ABC open and close below as a ABC close. ABC open and ABC as a close. This is the ABC, not abstract. ABC. ABC open and ABC close. Hope still it is working. Now, at the place of parent tag, ABC is working as a parent tag. So in JSX, when we are going to write the code, it is not necessary all the tag will be HTML tag only. It can be user defined tag also. For example, ABC is not available anywhere in HTML. So ABC come from where? We have written our own. So it's becoming a what? User defined tags. Okay. This is the rule of the XML. XML says like you can create your own tag. So what we did? We created our own tag called as ABC. Now let me show you in the browser. Okay, in browser it is working. There is no problem. Okay. Come now again. Okay. Now instead of ABC, you keep here as the empty tag open and empty tag as a close. Empty tag open and empty tag as a close. You will find still it will work. Working empty tag. So how many combination you saw? Remember, first we have written H1, it was working because it was only one tag. When we have added the 2 tag, error started coming because it says like, no, if you have one tag, then it's okay. But if you have more than one tag, you have to keep inside a parent tag. So what we follow? We follow the div. Div become as a parent tag, it started working division and paragraph. Second, what we did? Instead of using the div, we replace with the ABC open, ABC close. That become as a user defined tag. Now instead of ABC, what we did? Just we open the open tag, empty tag, and we close the empty tag. So that is also working, correct? We have one more rule. Okay, let's do that. Open the square bracket. Square bracket you open and a square bracket you close below. So what is this? It's called as an array, if you remember. In JavaScript, square bracket open close is what? Called as an array. Inside the array, after every element you used to follow the comma. So here H1 becomes the first element and paragraph becomes second element. Between both you have to give the comma. Between both we have to give the comma. comma. Now this should work, correct? This should work. Working? Look at the browser. It should work. So these all are the rule of the JSX. While writing the JSX, we have to remember this rule. We'll make a note. Okay, now come there. Add one more paragraph, but you have to put a comma. Last element should not end by the comma. Let me write here a bold tag. And I will write here, I am in bold. I am in bold. Save the file. Let's look into the browser. Bold is also coming. So now instead of keeping as a empty tag as a parent tag, we kept as a square bracket as a empty tag. Under the square bracket, we added the multiple element separated by comma. We added the multiple element separated by comma. Hope ready. Now go to that developer guide page. Okay, developer guide page. What we implemented here, just randomly I wrote the code. Remember, single tag, then parent element is not required. If you have a single tag, then parent tag is not necessary. If you are printing a single tag, then parent tag is not required. H1 we have written and you saw the output. We have more than one tag, then only we need a parent tag. Parent tag can be HTML tag, parent tag can be user defined tag, parent tag can be empty tag, and parent tag can be a square bracket. All four. This is four are the rule of JSX. So whenever we are writing the JavaScript code, JSX code, it should be based on these four rules. Okay. Now come to the file what we have created. One file was called here developer guide, React guide. Inside that, write the JSX. JSX. Before writing the JSX, write one example for XML. Basic XML example. XML. Okay. Basic XML example. Or instead of writing here, create a separate file itself, as a XML and run and see. Here if you write, you can't run it. But if you create a separate file, then we can run and see also. Create a separate file, test.xml, to understand how and what is XML. Test.xml. Test.xml. You can create a file. It is independent file, non-relation with the React. Create a file and we can check it. Okay, XML file is ready. Test.xml, come inside. When you write HTML, remember every time you follow the HTML open and close, so that compiler will understand what is that. You must have. Okay, no problem. We are going to follow that. Open the XML, write version, version equal to 1.0 and close the XML. XML document must have top level element. We have written no top level element. Same is throw the errors, it's big error. XML version, come down. Now after that, write inside a user list open and user list close. Now what this is asking is, okay, error will go now. Error will go now. What is the XML file? XML file says like is a HTML. In every XML file, you have to write the document type declaration. So first line what we are written is a question mark XML and version 1.0. So your browser compiler will understand, oh, this document belong to where? XML. Then after that, the first line is just a identification that this file belong to where? XML. Second line we have written, in the second line it says like, if you remember HTML, in HTML, where you start from? You start from body always. Where you write the content? You write the content under the body. So just user list just like is a body. Okay, XML first rule is, when you are going to create XML file, you must have a parent element. You must have a parent tag. Okay. Now, parent tag is open and close. And which, see, parent tag, what we have written user list, it is not predefined. If you are thinking it's a predefined, no, it's not predefined. It is the user defined. We have written now. We can write hello also open and hello also as a close. Okay, the tag can be any tag. Next, after that, under this XML file, we are going to store some user details like name, mobile, pin code, city, and all. Okay, so let's go here. Create a user tag and user, USER. User open and user close. User open, user close. User defined. You can open a hello, close, hello, open, hello, close. But make sure it is a case sensitive. 3 term condition. Every XML file should have one parent element. Today we have written the JavaScript file. Which file? App.js file. Remember, without parent element, it was throwing the error. So that rule belong to where? XML. That rule belong to, because of that, it's called as a JSX, JavaScript and XML. You have to write the HTML and JavaScript code, no problem, but you have to follow the rule of XML. So you saw here, we created a tag name user list as a parent element. When I have not written the parent element, it was throwing a yellow color error. Now once we have written the parent tag, the user list yellow color error is gone. So exactly same in the React also, whenever we are going to create a page, inside the page, there must be a parent tag. Maybe division open and close, maybe section open and close. And inside that you can write everything, but parent tag is compulsory. We follow Bootstrap, if you remember, in Bootstrap what you have followed? Container open close, and inside multiple row, that is also follow the parent child. Here also it is going to follow the same. Now suppose if you have 100 users, 100 user, so one user we came here, we can add one more user, we can add one more user. So how many user? Multiple user. Same like today example, we have created there, we have added one division and one paragraph, correct? But division and paragraph you cannot keep independently. You must have to keep inside a parent tag. Okay, now go here under the user. Under the user, maybe you want to store the username, you want to store the email ID, you want to store the password, you want to store many things, correct? So let's see what we are going to do now. We are going to create a tag called name, NAME, name. And under the name tag, we will store the name of the user, maybe Alex. Okay, we can create one another tag called mobile. Mobile. Under the mobile, we can write the mobile number of the user. Correct? We can create one more tag called as age. Age. Under the age, we can store the age of the user. 30 years. Let it be 3 details. So ready. Now this user copy and paste 3-4 times and change the name, mobile and age. User to user, copy and paste below. Suppose one user I copied and pasted here, Alex Silex, number something, is 35 years. Similar way, you keep copy paste 4-5 times, same user, copy paste 4-5 times. Same user copy paste 4-5 times. Same user copy paste 4-5 times. Same user copy paste how many times? 3-4 times. Save the file and run this page directly in the browser. Run this page directly in the browser. Run this page directly in the browser. That is not error. This page has no any style sheet something. That is not error. That is a message from the XML. For XML file, you cannot apply CSS. That is trying to say. Run this file in the browser. Let me run this file also. What is saying? Something like this. It says this page have no any CSS. You cannot apply the CSS styling, but this is the data what you have. This is the data what you have. Something similar or different. Now user, how many users? So many users. So while creating a React file, we can use multiple division, multiple paragraph, no problem. But all the paragraph and division must be inside a parent tag. That is the first rule. The first rule of the JSX. First rule of the JSX, all the element must be inside a parent element. All the element must be inside a parent element. So that we did. Next rule is all the elements is a user defined. All the elements is user defined. Which element? user, name, mobile, age. It's user defined tags, right? So this all are called as what? User defined. So rule number one, it is called as a, it should be within the parent tag. Rule number two, all are user defined. All are user defined. But a condition. What is the condition? It is case sensitive. Suppose I will go here. Name I start with the capital NAME, and name I am ending with a small. Can you see the error? End tag does not match the start tag. So this is only one condition. You can write your own tag, whatever you want. What you want to store here, no problem at all. But one condition, it must be inside a parent tag. And second condition, the tag what you are creating, it is a case sensitive. Whatever you open, you close the same. Okay. This is called what? Your XML, basic understanding of XML. So how many rules you understood in this? All the tag must be inside a parent tag, and all the tag can be user defined also, and all the tag is case sensitive. These three rules will get added under the React as well, because the React is also calling in the what? JSX, JavaScript and XML. JavaScript code will be there, HTML code will be there, then XML rules will come. We have to write HTML code, JavaScript code based on the rule of XML. So how many rules? 3 rules. Rule number 1. XML says there must be a parent tag. XML says all the tag can be user defined. XML says all the tags are case sensitive. Whatever you open, you close the same. Okay. Closing tag for which one? Closing tag is there, no? See, open here and close here only. This is called doc type declaration. In HTML, you have sometimes you write doc type on the top. That is called what? You inform to the browser saying like my document belong to HTML5. Similar way here in the beginning, what we are written. We are informing to the browser or whoever is going to read this file, we are informing him saying like this document belong to where? This document belong to XML. This document belong to where? XML. This document belong to XML. That is called doc type declaration. Okay. Now I think we will leave here today. Okay. Some more people is about to join from tomorrow. So once all are joining, we'll write the rule of the XML. Project setup is done for you.